Good morning, everyone. So hope you're all doing well. Yeah, so just a little housekeeping before I get to the Year of Craft. And the reason I'm doing the Year of Craft box is because I'm kind of low-key this morning. Didn't want to think too much about it. And I know it comes with exactly what you're supposed to do for some of the projects. So I thought, you know what? Let's do that. And there's nothing wrong with that. I told you guys it's really great, especially when you're first starting out. If you have sketches, I'll talk more about that in a minute. But if I have any links in the description box, they would be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. Having said that about the Year of Craft, it is an auto ship. And I always talk about auto ship like you guys know what I'm talking about. So a lot of people have a lot of questions about it. So really quickly on HSN, maybe QVC, but they don't, I'm just saying if you were to buy things from them, not so much craft stuff because they don't really do the crafting things anymore, even though they used to back in the day. And that's where I used to really got started with like creating keepsakes and other things was there. But now it's HSN. They present an item and now they're doing it where they leave it open a little bit longer. It used to literally be just a day of craft day or whatever show that they put it on. You signed up until it's sold out or just that day and they would close it, right? And then sometimes you can still buy a single ship. So auto ship is they just launched it, you bought the auto ship, and in your auto ship manager, it'll be slated that you have all these shipments. Usually they show you what the shipments are going to be whenever they first present it, because I know later on sometimes people forget what the next ones are going to be if they want to keep it or skip it, because you can keep it. Obviously, if you keep it, you don't do anything. It just shows you what's coming and that's there. If you want to skip it, you can set ahead, just press skip for that shipment and it'll be set up. You can unskip it up until before then. I know some people said you can unskip it even afterwards, after it's slated to go out, but I don't know if that's always the case. I would say to make sure to unskip it before if you change your mind. A lot of people say they don't remember what the demo was or what the item was. So what you can do is just go like here on YouTube and say like this one, Year of HSN Crafter's Companion Year of Craft or whatever, and watch the original demo, and then you'll see what the upcoming auto ships are. Sometimes they have them, sometimes they don't. I don't even know that they showed the upcoming demos, to be honest, for the Year of Craft. I feel like that was one that was kind of a mystery. Sometimes they either don't have the images or they just aren't going to have the images, so you just have to trust them. Like the sub boxes, the Crafter's Companion sub boxes, they don't really show you, other than Crafter's Companion themselves carry them now, so usually they show it before. It used to be that they showed them afterwards, after HSN would have it, but now they're ahead of HSN. They're on scrapbook.com. They can be found, I think, on Paper Wishes. There's lots of different things. But that's not auto ship, because in those you buy them as they go along, even on Crafter's Companion's own website. If you see it, you grab it. It might be gone later, With HSN, it's just something that goes out all the time. Not the Year of Craft, I'm talking about the sub boxes. Can you get in it later? No, not usually. So what happens is like Crafter's Companion, the sub boxes, like maybe twice a year they open it up for people to sign up again, because it's a recurring program. I've been on it for 3 years now, almost 3 years. So that's that. Hopefully that gives you guys some information. I know that the HSN Craft Day on April 13th is going to be a Crafter's Companion today's special, which I think probably all of us know that by now if you're a fan of, HSN craft stuff or whatever, or even Crafter's Companion. And it is a kit. I don't know if it's going to have an auto ship. I hope it does. It doesn't look like it's going to be too expensive because of what's in there. I'm figuring it's going to be kind of reasonable. It's a nice box that opens up a different way. And it's kind of funny. It looks like an Estee Lauder box that I had recently. But anyway, that had nail polish in it, but bigger. Actually, it looks like a julep box with the little dots. Anyway, julep nail polish I used to always buy. It comes with some stamp sets. It comes with like card bases that are already kind of fancy and some inserts and other things, your envelopes. Basically to make like just, so you have verses, it's verse stamps basically, that you can just kind of make like a nice elegant card and have like a sentiment for everything, which a lot of times we forget or we overlook, and I do that all the time. So it's nice to have those. I do like their stamp sets like that. I'm hoping they're photopolymer, but again, I don't think it's going to, well, I shouldn't say it because I don't know what the pricing is going to be. It just looks like something that's not going to be super expensive, right? So hopefully it's something that a lot of people can get into. Having said that, yes, I did pick up the Anna Griffin Create Event kit. It is a scrapbook related kit. Obviously you can use papers and the dies for whatever you want, because the dies are very much like rectangular, like you know, dies that you can, I'm sure, put on a 5x7 or A2 card. I did pick that up as a little splurge for myself because, yeah, it's not inexpensive, but I just liked everything that was in it. And for me, it seemed okay. So I went ahead and picked it up because I know I didn't take the dive last year. Last year, I picked up items as I felt like. Having said that, some of the items on the Anna Griffin Create event are sold separately right now. Not everything. So I know they have like the long embossing folders and in the packages, like, oh, I don't have one right here to show. Well, maybe I do, but I have these big packaged like plastic envelopes that hold 12 by 12 stuff because I used to scrapbook all the time. And I think I've shown them before and people asked where I got them, but they're super old. I think they're probably creating keepsakes, but Anna Griffin has come out with some and I'm sure other companies have them, but I know on HSN. So I'll have the links for those different things. Diamond Press, I will be getting things in hopefully very soon. There was a little hiccup, so it was overlooked and I did not get any of the items to review for you guys, but they have shipped them. And of course, UPS is like, I don't have it. They're just being weird. Like the tracking is being weird. So hopefully I'll get it later today or tomorrow. I know I'm getting some stuff early today that is craft day related that I ordered myself on HSN. So hopefully I'll come back with a little haul. I don't think it has the Create event though in it, which is a bummer. It's other things, which are great. But I was really looking to get that Create event in. And then, oh gosh, I'm just trying to update people. I wanted to do a live. It's just not working out this week. It's been crazy. I've been sleeping in instead of getting up at 5 like I'm supposed to. I sleep until gasp like 6:15, and time runs out. And you know, I'm just trying to get things done. I try to finish up that project that I told you guys about that hopefully you'll learn about soon. So that took some time, kind of a lot of time, and then just, you know, making videos that need to go out for lunches and things like that. So it's been fun, but this week has just been slammed after spring break. I guess the other part is my mom went home, so she wasn't here to help. And then it's just been weird coming back from spring break with the kids both in school now. So anyway, I hope you guys are all doing well. And if I sound a little hectic, it's because I am. And it'll be fine. I'm really like, oh, the Diamond Press stuff. Hopefully I can get it done by Tuesday, right? At least Tuesday morning, I hope. So we'll see. They didn't bring in too many things, so that's good. So it's not like I have to make like 15 videos, you know, in the next couple days. But I probably will show you guys the items and then make videos after that. So thank you for listening. I'll touch base with you guys later today. Probably all this information would have been better in that next video, but that's okay. I'll put a little note there to skip ahead for the actual tutorial. So this is the Eurocraft family and friends. And I, you know, when I saw that on the very top, I didn't even pay attention to this, the little stamp set, or actually I did. I was like, oh, those stamps better be in here. And they are. And it's a pretty box that kind of you open up like this, and that's always fun. Obviously it coordinates back to the original thing. So what you're supposed to do with this, and I'll show you guys right now, it's like a magazine that'll come out with it every, you know, few months when you get your Eurocraft, which I think is really adorable. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's cute. See, it's just a cute little quick thing that you can add a little heart in the corner of like a bookmark, little origami related thing. You know, they're showing you how to do like this cute little card right here. Oh, a pillow box, yeah. Download and print or use a template from page 36 to trace around blah, blah, blah. Let's see, page 36 right here. So again, if you're using something like this and you want to trace it, you know, I would probably use some kind of thinner paper, obviously, so you can see through it. But I think you can probably see through it with printer paper because printer paper is pretty thin. So templates, of course, and that means fussy cutting, but, you know, it's a cute idea if you want to spend the time. I'm looking at something like this is what I would prefer. Oh, that's an Easter one. Oh, Miranda, hi, Mama. You know, I thought I heard somebody say mommy, but she didn't repeat it, so I just stayed quiet. So Miranda's awake. Oh, cute little basket. So again, I've had this for a little minute, so of course I missed the Easter, but it'll be here for next year. Oh, this is cute. So this is funny. I've been thinking about doing something like this recently. Arrange them down, hear them closely. Place a piece of press and seal, sticky side down on top. Oh, what's a bummer is I don't have any press and seal right now. I do have like, yeah, that's cute. That's a cute idea. I'll have to grab some press and seal. We'll come back to that. We'll revisit that later. What is this? This is a fancy little card. Huh, maybe we'll do this one. It's easy enough to just do punches and have something kind of fun. I might change up the colors, but maybe this is what we'll do today. So what you're supposed to do with this is put it in here. Oh gosh, I hope I don't drop stuff. we were going to put it in this thing. So initially, this was the one that came with the Aircraft. Actually, Aircraft is still available, but you're just not going to have the refills unless they start bringing them back, you know. I think this is the first one, right? Is that possible? Okay, if this is not the first one, then I had never reviewed the other one. So anyway, you take this little guy, and I would find like the center, excuse me, and issue number one. Issue number one, yeah, this is the first one. That's been a while then, huh? And maybe they're doing it every like 3 months? I feel like I got Aircraft a long time ago. So it goes right here. And now that's in your binder, and it's super cute, and then you can just flip to it and find whatever, or you can slip it out. You don't have to keep it in here, obviously, when you're working. So what I'm gonna do is this card. Now, let's see something here. It should, so this is set up a little bit differently. It just says position a 6x6 card blank so the fold is on the left side and cut the right side. So we'll do all that. The other ones were a little more straightforward, and then they're like, this is what you will need. And then it tells you the sizing and the pieces that you need. So I kind of prefer this to what's going on here, but I suppose by now it's, you know, we don't have to be completely handheld, but yeah. Oh, I like the other way better. Oh, and then there's also these guys. Issue number one. So I'm going to take this. Actually, what I should do is rearrange this whole thing, but that's okay. So I'll move these to the back in a minute, or maybe go ahead and divide them like they're supposed to be. But issue one, so I can flip right to it, and then I'll get these things rearranged. So let me read over what I need to do so I can grab it from the box, and we'll grab the stuff together just because that's more fun. And then for now, I'm just going to leave these separate, I suppose. And I will be right back. Okay, so it says I need a 6x6 card blank, so I'll pull that out. Maybe I will make it the same colors just so it's easy to follow along, and also I don't know what I want to change the colors to, so we'll just follow along. Again, super thick card blanks. So there's that one. It does say you need a piece of acetate. I do not know that there's acetate in here, so I'll use this one here that Suzanne sent me. I have it sitting here, so I'll use a piece of this. This is cake roll, basically. You know how they have those fancy cakes and they wrap this around, and then maybe it's filled with like a layer and then like some custard or something yummy, and then another layer. So that's kind of what this stuff is. And she says she really likes it for acetate for different things. I don't know if this is going to be big enough for what I need, but we will try it out, possibly. I guess it would be if I do it the other way. It just depends. 6x6. Huh. Oh, maybe we're not going to use that one today. We'll see. It might be okay. I keep going back and forth with my... Okay, so we need that. And then we need yellow cardstock, and it says layer these onto contrasting colored cardstock pieces that measure 3/4 inches wide. So apparently that part doesn't matter. They're not telling you what color. So that's kind of what I was going to keep, is the yellow cardstock, and then switch out that reddish color that they're using to maybe like a pink. Well, let me see what's in here. And this cardstock is white core, and it's a good weight. It's not too thin, so let me see. So we're gonna start with that yellow. I was thinking about using the pink, but let me see how they look together. This pinky color. It's a little bit garish now. Maybe I should put the pink on top of the yellow. That's better, but I wonder if that changes the look of this whole thing. Well, we're going to do it our way. Or my way, how I would like. And then the flowers, I think I'll still keep the same colors. So we do have the pink. We need the green. When they say green, I mean there's only one color of green in here. We're going to use the yellow again. We have red. Oh, that's cute. On one of them they use the like colored paper or pattern paper for some of the flowers, but... die cut a wreath from green cardstock and flowers and foliage from colored cardstock and pattern paper. Okay, well they used it one. And then we need that's all we need there as far as the papers. Well, supposedly if I want to use some of this. I already unboxed this, so if you haven't seen that, I'll, you know, maybe I'll have the link for it, but I don't know that we need to see the link for that. There's the ribbons, it has scalloped circles. We have all these cute things here. I'm trying to see something. Is that what we're using? Oh, hold on. Wait. Yeah, so they made this wreath, but I think they used a circle from the previous one, or they used the wreath from the previous one. So I'll have to look in my old box, the original box, for some of this stuff. And then they cut some of the flowers like from something patterned, but I don't really know if I want to use any of these patterned. They use this one. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. We'll just leave it at that. And I'm trying to see what else we may need. Okay, and then the word hello. Again, I'm assuming these things are in the other pack. So let me look in my original pack to get the rest of the things that we're gonna need for die cutting. Okay, and I'll be right back. Because they did not use, well, on this card at least, not these at all. Even though I thought it was this, but maybe with one of the circle centers from the original pack. Right, you can make a wreath, because if you use like a scallop and then maybe use a smaller circle, and you can do that. No, they actually, everything that they're asking for on this particular card is from the previous set, which is the wreath. We don't need the circles, I just pulled that out. The hello, and the flower set is also in the first pack, I believe. That's what it looks like. Yeah, interesting. Okay. And what I mean is the first delivery. I don't see some of the flowers that they use though, so I'm going to look back and see if there's more flowers in that set, because I can see a couple of them. I just don't see all of them. So let me go back and look at that. But I do want to show you that pretty much everything they're asking for as far as dies is in the original set. Okay, so I have my pieces here, and yes, this was also the little flower is in this set. All from the first card box or whatever. Box. So it says position a 6x6 card blank so the fold is on the left side, and cut the right side of the card front so 1 3/4 inch is left. So we're going to cut this here. And I would use my guillotine if it wasn't acting funny. Oh, you know what would be cool? I'm going to do a little something different. Why not? I'm going to use my deckled edge just to give it a deckled edge, but you don't have to do that, obviously. It says to leave it so there's 1 3/4 inches left, so I'm looking at the crease here, and I'm going to line that up to 1 3/4. Okay, so I'm at 1 3/4. Trim that away. Oh, you know what? That's actually more than 1 3/4. That was 2 3/4, wasn't it? We might have to do this again, but we are going to trim away some of the other ends, so I think it might still be okay. Okay, 1 3/4. Sorry, guys. See, it happens to everybody. I was say it looks a little bit wider than what I'm looking at in the picture. So 1 3/4 inches left here, and then it says to trim this piece to measure 2 3/4 inches. So see, we're okay still. We even have enough to cut away. Actually, hold on. See what I'm doing? To actually, well, it would be cute too to have the deckle edge on both edges, but I'm just gonna keep it in the middle. So trim this away to 2 3/4, right? Yes. Affix a piece of acetate to the remaining card front and secure the removed piece back to form a card blank with a folding panel. Okay, so this is where my acetate's probably not gonna work out because it's only 4 inches wide. And I thought, well, if I just have to fill the gap with it, then that would be okay. So I can cut the 6 inches in the other direction. Do you know what I'm saying? I can cut it this way, which is still a good amount of acetate, but I think we probably want it to go from, I don't know, I kind of want it to go from one end to the other because for the sturdiness, no? It doesn't show that they're using a whole piece. Okay, let's do it. I need to trim this piece away though, so I'm going to trim this down. I'll be right back and I'll tell you how much. I'm just going to use a trimmer. Sorry, it was just a piece of tape on there. I just want to trim it off because if I pick it off, I know it's going to leave residue and I'll have to clean that up. So I just trimmed off that last little bit. So I am going to do this so that it's 6 inches tall. And then whatever the length is, that's what I'll use. Or the width, should I say. All right. Now this is on a roll, so it does want to curve a certain way. But what I do about that is I use it the other direction. Hopefully that makes sense. Like right now, I think it might be okay just because of the way the paper is set up. You know, but if you were to put this like on a shaker card, I would stick it so that this goes up like this, so it wants to push up instead of pulling away. Does that make sense? Hopefully. So even right now, I think I will glue it this way. And they use red liner tape. I know that the Nuvo glue dries really nice and clear, so I've used it on projects like this before and it's no problem. So I'm going to stick this on here. But if you want to use red liner tape, go ahead. This is a weird kind of junction, I'm not gonna lie. But I'll just lay that down. And make sure you're not gluing it completely shut, right? And what I mean by that is that it's not going seeping out behind there. And on this one, I'm gonna put the glue on the acetate, just kind of paying attention. Obviously you want to do it kind of neatly. I'm not too worried about it right now because this is just a demo, but I would do, if you're gonna, obviously I would follow the nice little rectangle just to make it look a little neater. You could also back behind this with more paper if you like. It's an interesting look. That's kind of why I wanted to try this because I've never done one like this. And then, since I started the decal, should I decal the strips on the side? I think I will. So I'm going to put this somewhere where I have some weight on it. Actually, I'll put it under the stack of envelopes and move that to the side. Or envelopes, the card bases, should I say. It says to cut a 1 3/4 inch by 1.5 inch and a 2 3/4 inch by 1/2 inch piece of yellow cardstock. Oh, that is going to be kind of a pain. Let's see, how can we do this quickest? 1/2 inch. Okay, so 1/2 inch. This little guy. What I'm going to do to get out of that is go ahead and do, how big is this? This is 8 inches square. So to find a 1/2 inch on here would be kind of a pain. So what I'm going to do is, nope, can't do that either. Okay, we'll just eyeball it. I think it's the very end here. So I'm going to go within that a little bit smaller, like a little bit over that, so I can trim off the other piece too. Try to keep it as straight as I can. Ooh, this is tricky because I'm going to have to put this in here and line it right up. Oh, let's move that a little bit. And you don't have to put it all the way to the top every time if you're using like a decal trimmer, especially if you want it to look different. Because if you put it in the same place, it's always going to cut exactly the same. So if you bring it down or do something different, it'll have a different edge. So this is the 1/2 inch, I'm assuming. We'll just go for it. And then it says to cut the other piece in the other direction at 1 3/4 and 2 3/4. So what I'll do is pop this out and I'll cut this edge at 1 3/4. Moved a little bit on me, but that's okay. 1 3/4, and then I'm going to turn this way and cut it at 2 3/4 again on that nice edge. And like I said, if you want to bring it down just so it looks different, just line it up. Okay, there's our pieces. And then it says layer these onto contrasting colored pieces that measure 3/4 inches wide. And I'm going to use the pink. So I'm going to cut this exactly the same what you just saw me do. I'm going to go 3/4 inches, and then I'm going to cut it off at 1 3/4 and then at 2 3/4. Okay, and I'll be right back. I told you guys I wasn't in the mood to think this morning. I totally still went yellow and pink behind it, even though I wanted the pink and the yellow behind it, but that's okay. So we are going to, I'm going to glue these together first and then put them on the card. But however you like. Miranda said, Mom, your video is taking too long. I'm like, I barely started. From when she came down, especially, it's only been a couple minutes. I guess if you wanted them to be exactly the same, like when you cut this, I could have cut this layered together. Because you can see it's a little bit different on the edges, but that's okay. And let me make sure this is, yeah. And then this goes on here. And then it goes on our project. So I just made it a little bit different by adding that decal, but obviously you don't have to. You can just cut it straight. And let's bring our card base back. It doesn't look too bad. And it still is wet, so once it dries super clear, I think it'll be fine. And lay them onto wider pieces of cardstock that measure, what? Hold on. Layer these onto contrasting colored cardstock pieces that measure 3/4 inches wide. Then layer them onto wider pieces of white cardstock that measure 1 inch wide. I can barely see that white cardstock. Okay. Well, you know what? I will do it. And what I'll do is use the cardstock that I cut away from the center. Hopefully I have 1 inch of it here. Yeah. But I'm gonna cut these straight. So I'm gonna cut these straight with a straight, you know, trimmer, 1 inches wide, and then again by 1 3/4 and 2 3/4. Okay, I'll be right back. It's kind of fun because, like I said, they do a lot of matting over at Crafter's Companion, and I don't. That piece was already basically 1 inch with the decal, so it's a little bit smaller than 1 inch, but that's okay. So even on this, they're doing quite a bit of matting, which is nice because it's not something I usually do. So it's something that maybe I need to think about more often when I go to make my cards. So that's going to be there. It looks nice. It's just a little extra something. It makes it look a little more finished. That's one thing. Whenever I'm finishing a card, that's I think my weakest spot. It's like, what else can I do to make this look a little, you know, nicer? It doesn't really say where to put this. It just says secure these across the card front as shown. So they're kind of like here. So just gonna look at that there. They kind of want them at the higher quadrant of that, don't they? So I'll just go a little bit higher. I need to bring out my magnetic crafter's board. So what happened is I got it very early and then I wasn't able to use it right until Tonic launches. And then now I forget to pull it out because even though I wanted to at first, I'm like, oh, I need to get this out. So I need to remember to do that because that could have helped me right here with these. That's about right. Either way, we're going to put that wreath there. Okay. So that is our card base. Putting the wreath down will help it look more centered, even if it's not, let's say, more even. Pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna put it to the side. And now I'm supposed to just cut a ton of these things. I have to do some gardening today, guys. There's a lot going on. A lot of times I rather obviously do this than gardening. Because it's not just gardening, it's like weeding and planting some things, so it's not the fun part. But once I get that done, the water and everything's in, and I, you know, just maintain them. Hopefully we don't get spider mites and things like that this year. They completely ate all my tomatoes last year and it was really bad. All right, so this guy, we're going to cut this. It shows to cut maybe some of these. It's just whatever you would like, I suppose, at this point. It just says die cut a wreath from green cardstock and flowers and foliage from colored cardstock and pattern paper. Arrange the flowers and foliage into a wreath using the picture of the finished project for reference if required. So like I will cut those out. I'll run through the marquee. Obviously they're a little smaller. If you want to get something like this done faster, you can use the marquee, the extended mat, or extended folders, or your larger machines, and then you get them all cut pretty quickly at once. It looks like they're using this guy, kind of daffodil looking, and they're using several of these, which is interesting. They're using the bigger one and the little tiny center one to layer them up. Oh my gosh. All right, buddy. So this guy, maybe I'll cut him from like the pink and the reds. They're alternating, and then these also from pink and red. Oh, this little guy. From that set. Okay, so I will cut some of these things out. Several of them. Looks like we need at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the big guy. And then obviously whatever center you want to put on those. And then they're also using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the daffodil of this guy. So I will be back. Going along real easy. I'm just kind of alternating this. I just cut a piece that I knew would be long enough or wide enough to cut this. And I think I'll get all 8 off of this. And this guy, I had it a little bit longer, and I just keep them together. I just keep moving them down. So I already have the 3. This is the 4th set that I need. And I'll have a little bit left over here. So, and I'll do the same thing with the pink. Just kind of measure it so I can... And I'm doing a couple at a time like this. And that's it. So the next ones I'll cut are the pink in the exact same way. Just cut a strip and just keep going. Just to get them done a little bit faster. And that's... Yeah, and they're cutting out really easy. They pop out. I suppose it's the shape of it. It's very basic, so they just kind of come out pretty easily. Alright. So now I'm going to switch out to the pink color because I already have my 4 reds and 4 red centers. And I'll keep going. So just finish those up. Alright, now it says, There's a little bit of an image there on how to do some of this. What I'm going to do is probably at least glue these together just to start. So I will take that and I can use a tweezer or maybe just something like this. Oh, you know what? I was using this the other day when I was doing my gel manicure, actually the one I'm wearing right now. And I was popping that into gel. So yeah, it doesn't want to stick right now. All right. So I'm going to go around and just add the red centers to the pink flowers. I suppose if you want to mess with the flowers and make them kind of more dimensional, you can do that, you know. I would just take them and kind of curl them a little bit just to give them some kind of dimension. But with this one, I guess I'm just going to leave it flat just to look like the picture, but you could always do a little more, do a little something extra or not. Okay, I'm going to layer them up and I'll be right back. These look so cute just laying here. Adorable. Oh, that's the last one I put together, and of course it's still wet. Actually, all these are still wet. Okay. Oh, come on. Move these out of the way is all I want to do. That's all I want to do. Okay. Let's bring this guy back. Now, in the image, they don't really show you much. It does say like to put some of this out here. I'm going to put it far out because otherwise, how are you going to see it? And then they do kind of do like a mandala design where there's 8 of these guys. So let's say we had this guy up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you think about it, it's not really half and half because then it'd be too close to each other. So you kind of have to divide it in your mind, what it is that you want to do. I'm just putting it down to where it looks nice. I don't know. Like 4. And then they have the little flowers more towards the center, you know? So I guess I'm going to do something like that. I kind of wanted more of the leaves to show. But again, we're just going to kind of eyeball this when we go to put it down. And you can probably put the leaves over the daffodils, just so that they're more visible. Just kind of putting it out towards the edge as much as I can. Kind of a quick card. I mean, if I was working this on by myself, just sitting here, I probably, obviously I wouldn't be chatting about it, but I'd probably get it done a little quicker. I'm just gonna kind of put glue where I think these other ones should be, and yes, it's not a lot of glue. Hopefully that'll hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess we can put a little more glue. Let's put a little bit more. This is just how I'm doing it, and you know. I'm going to give these a second to set up though. I suppose if you wanted to use glue that you can keep repositioning, you know. One that dries much slower, like even Zig or Zip Dry will have a little bit of give. This guy, the All Purpose. I don't think this is one I can never really get a link for you guys, other than maybe it's on Crafter's Companion site. A lot of sites don't sell that one, but that one does give you some more time to kind of mess around. If you're not happy, like even right now, I think I need to move these a little more this way. It's a little better. And let me see how this is gonna look. Oh, so cute. Well, obviously we're gonna alternate them. That's a lot going on. It's kind of a lot. Wow. That is a lot in this little wreath. I feel like maybe I should pull the yellow ones out a little bit further still, if I can. Oh, that one took the leaf with it, which is fine. Come on, buddy. Just because it seemed very claustrophobic, which was my plan to begin with, and then of course I still stuck them further in. I said I was going to bring them out a little bit. That one's probably okay, this one. Okay. And you know what? I'm just going to put glue all over. And I suppose if you wanted to put some dimensionals on some of them, that would work too. Like let's say I put this guy here. And this one's going to go on top of that one. But let's say you wanted to do more pink, red, and the red ones are popped up with a dimensional or something. I'm just kind of layering them on top of each other as I go. but you could definitely do that. And here we go. These kids know whenever I'm not talking, that means I'm not recording. And that's when they can ask me for stuff. So Miranda's like, I'm getting hungry. I'm like, of course, of course. So I went and got her little breakfast going. So this is just like a big jumble of flowers. It's pretty cute, but it is a lot going on here. I think at the end, just like she has here, I'll pop some little rhinestones on. It does seem like they probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they put 8. It just looks, I suppose if you want to pop them up a little bit further into the center. I kind of like the way they look, so that's fine. The little green leaves are kind of obliterated by now. All right, let's bring this back. Our card base. And this is going to be over here. Very cute. You know what? I'm going to put on dimensional. Sorry, there's some glue there. Let's see here. Let me find my dimensional adhesive. I want to use the one on a roll because I need to use it up. And basically, I'm going to pop some on the back of here. Here it is. I just used it recently. I know I did. I'm just eyeballing this. I hope this is enough. So I'm going to do that. Just pop a little bit on one side, a little bit on the other. And I'll be right back. I already took the back off of it too, so not have you guys be like, ah, while I pick the backs off. Pretty cool. I like the way that the center opening is just the size of what's going on here. I'm not going to put it down quite yet. I think it needs to go up a little bit. No, I'm not a stickler for perfection. You guys know that. But I'm just trying to get it centered as well as I can. Up and down. You know, in this little wreath area. So cute. So I decided to pop it up. It does want to kind of bow back where it doesn't have the dimensional, but that's okay. And what I'm going to do is grab some rhinestones. I'm sure there's some in the Year of Craft kit, the first one. And I just realized my daughter is clinking her spoon, isn't she? But I'm going to grab it from one of the Diamond Press kits because I have them right in front of me. I can just grab it real quick and we'll pop on some of those. And then I need to cut out the word hello. So I'm going to take that one set that I found in the original Year of Craft. And I'll cut out the hello in the red paper because I think it is very cute. I like that color. It's a very pretty red. It's kind of like a raspberry red, if that's a color. I don't know. Yeah, I guess you can put anything really, but I'll do the hello. Okay, I'll be right back. So I'm just going to take my little clear ones here. But yeah, so hopefully I'll have another video for you guys later. I'm going to go do some gardening right now after I have my coffee. And hopefully that order comes in there from HSN. I know there's some Crafter's Companion things in there and a couple other items, but I don't remember exactly what. I am going to put glue across the whole thing. Even, I mean, if you want to make it a little bit neater, you don't have to put it across the whole thing. You can just put on the letters that are going to touch, I suppose. But, you know, at the very edge here. But this will just hold it down a little nicer. Pretty cool. I've never really made a card like this before, I don't think. And I'm going to take my little, oopsies. I'm going to pop these in the center. Oh, yeah, that really sets it off. So cute. Okay, so I'll go around the whole circle, adding a little rhinestone to the center. I think in the picture they used, you know how Crafter's Companion has those little clear bubbles? That's what they use there, but these little guys, I don't know if you can tell the difference. It's like these little clear bubbles. But that'll be it. So I think that's pretty good. It looks about the same. I think we got it. It was not difficult. Fun for a morning where I don't really want to think too much other than adding in, you know, the decal edge. So I do a little extra for that. But, you know, again, you can just cut straight and you're good to go. And there is the card. And it does feel sturdy, even with the acetate. You know how I said it was bowed at the beginning because it came off a cake roll? It worked really well. They do also have that in 6-inch sizes. I'll have the link for you guys for that one, but I believe the one I have here is, what do we say, 4 inches, which is more typical. And probably more cost-effective. I think the 6-inch one costs a little bit more. But I mean, it still feels nice and sturdy. You would think in that center piece it would be kind of weak or something, but no, it feels good. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you liked the quick tutorial. And although the magazine is set up a little bit different, like I said, it doesn't tell you exactly what to do. It says it within the wording here instead of just at the beginning saying this is what you need, right? So just another, I mean, this is a quick and easy one here. I am definitely going to do the cling wrap one, but I need to buy some press and seal, and then we'll do that. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you're enjoying your kit, because this already came out a while back. I just haven't had a chance to play with it. So all right, I'll see you guys at the next one, and hopefully that's later today. Bye now.